Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be going through case number 13, which I'll be able to sort afterwards. So let's get started. Up first, we have the 2009 3D or 2D version of My Bloody Valentine, which is a remake, which I think is actually better than the original, if I do say so myself, but the original is still pretty good. Then we have um, a really cute movie with Macaulay Culkin as that's My Girl. Very cute movie. And the sequel to it is also pretty cute. We have My Girl 2. Then we have My Man Godfrey. My Sister's Keeper. My Super Ex-Girlfriend with oh, what's the lady's name? Uma Thurman. We have The Namesake. Stranger with My Face and The Deep Sleep, with spaces for a Blu-ray of each one individually. And then we have The Collective, Butterfly Dreaming, The Nameless, and The Night Listener right here. With a space for a Blu-ray of each one. And then we have Nanny McPhee with a space for a Blu-ray. Nanny McPhee Returns with a space for a Blu-ray. Napoleon Dynamite with a space for a Blu-ray. The old version of Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Chronicles of Narnia, right here. The old version of Prince Caspian and Voyage of the Dawn Treader, they're on the same disc. Sorry, the lighting's not very good. I didn't turn on the light before I started recording. I might fix that partway through the video, but when I pause the recording. Then we have the Silverchair, which is the only version that exists for that. At least at this time. Maybe Disney will release one. I don't know. But then we have Beyond Narnia, which seems like it'd be like behind the scenes stuff for those 4 Narnia movies. And then we have the Walt Disney Presents The Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe here. And this lighting is really bugging me. After I finish this next page, I'm going to turn on the light. Then we have Narnia Prince Caspian, the newer one. And the last of the newer ones is Voyage of the Dawn Treader. So I have 2 different versions of 3 of them. Then we have National Treasure, the first one. National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets. Both of which are really good movies. Then we have National Lampoon's Movie Madness. This one was okay. And the National Lampoon's movie that I think is better than Movie Madness, surprisingly, is Animal House. I like that one a lot, actually. And before I continue, I'm going to do something about the lighting, because this is kind of bugging me. Okay, next up here with the better lighting is Ned Kelly. And then, like in the scriptures, we have Nephi and Laban. Good story, good story. Then we have Nerve on DVD, as well as on Blu-ray twice. I'm only going to show it once, though, because they look the same. We have a 2-movie collection on this disc that have, these are Sandra Bullock movies, and they have The Net and or from 95, and Premonition from 2007, both of which are pretty good movies. I've watched them both. I have a space for a Blu-ray for each title there. And then we have another Sandra Bullock movie, 28 Days. You might be wondering why this isn't in case 1 with the numerical titles. It's because I wanted to keep this particular collection together. And so I have a space for a Blu-ray of that one. And then we have Never Go Back, Never Been Kissed, The Never-Ending Story, Never-Ending Story 1 and 2, with a space for the third one that I still have not been able to find, but I could probably find it on Amazon. And then we have New Testament DVD presentations for youth and adult Sunday school gospel doctrine classes from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, right here. We have a different New Testament DVD presentation. This is 1 through 12, and disc 2 is 13 through 25. And then we have the animated stories from the New Testament. Lazarus rises or lives. Basically, Lazarus rises, but it says lives. Then we have Next, a Nicolas Cage movie. I have 4 open space, or not 4. No, why are they? Hold on. I think I have a space for a Blu-ray of Next, and then 4 spaces. Hold on, what's going on here? And then 5 spaces for 5 spaces before this next one. It should be the other way around. We have White Zombie, The Devil Bat, The Bat, The Last Man on Earth, and House on Haunted Hill here. And I'm gonna put that actually over here because it should have 5 spaces after it for Blu-rays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then the rest of that page is empty because I goofed up. Then we have Zombie Classics, Night of the Living Dead, and Revenge of the Zombies here. Then we have Oasis of the Living Dead and White Zombie again. Then we have Lady Frankenstein, Dead Men Walk, The Rites of Dracula, The Terror, and Silent Night, Bloody Night here. Yeah, and I think those go actually over here. That goes actually over here. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have Horror Classics. This one doesn't say what's on it, or I would tell you. Then we have She-Demons, Bride of the Gorilla, Attack of the Giant Leeches, Moon of the Wolf, and Sound of Horror. I have spaces for Blu-rays of all of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Then we have Night of the Living Dead again, and The Devil Bat again, with 2 spaces for Blu-rays. Another disc that doesn't say what's on it for Horror Classics. Then we have Nights in Radantha. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but I have 2 copies of it. So here's the second copy. Let me know how that's pronounced in the comments by spelling it out in syllables. Because I honestly don't know how that's pronounced. Maybe someone else does, and maybe I just need to watch it to find out. But I haven't gotten around to watching it yet. So, anyway. Then we have Night at the Museum 1, copy 1. 2 copies. Here's the bonus disc for the first copy. And here's the second copy. The disc is much darker, as you can kind of tell. have Battle of the Smithsonian, Night of the Museum 2. And here's the second copy that's darker. Here's Secret of the Tomb with a darker copy as well. Then we have The Nightmare Before Christmas Collector's Edition. And right here, somewhat see that. It does have a bonus disc with different characters on it. So here is that. Kids on it. Then we have Night Owl, which, there we go. Gotta find just the right angle sometimes. Noah, as in Noah's Ark. And Blu-ray as well. Nobody's Baby with 2 spaces for a Blu-ray DVD combo. However, the DVD in the Blu-ray combo would be replacing this one because it sucks. This copy sucks because it's a screener copy, not an actual copy. So it keeps saying, this copy is for screening purposes only throughout the movie. It's like, dude, I don't care. Just take that off of the screen and leave it. And I have a space for, sorry, next up is No Hard Feelings. This one I have 2 spaces for triple formatting because I thoroughly enjoy this one. Then we have No Strings Attached, a space for a Blu-ray. No Way Out. I think that's a political thriller. Then we have Nonstop, a rental copy, and a regular copy. They look different, so I show them both. Spaces for triple formatting. Then we have Get Out, spaces for triple formatting. Us, spaces for triple formatting. Is Ma part of this continuity, where it's Get Out, Us, Nope, then Ma? I'm not sure if it is or not, so I have Ma somewhere else, but I could be wrong on that. Then we have Nope twice. Both discs are the same, so I'm just going to show one. Spaces for triple formatting, obviously. Then we have Northern Lights, The Notebook. Now You See Me. I have 2 DVDs and a extended Blu-ray right here. Sorry for the noise in the background. I think the neighbors are doing something next door. Then we have Now You See Me 2 on DVD twice. That look the same. And then a Blu-ray that looks different. Daniel Radcliffe plays a bad guy in the second one, and he's not a believable bad guy. He's believable as the hero because he was Harry Potter for 10 years, but I can see how he's trying to branch out to a different type of role in this movie. So, but he doesn't make a believable bad guy because he's when you look at him, you still see just like you expect him to whip out his wand and be like Expecto Patronum or something. But moving on, we have the number 23. Interesting little thriller there. Not quite horror, but it's kind of scary a little bit. Then we have The Nun with spaces for triple formatting. That's in the Conjuring universe. And I have 3 spaces for The Nun 2, which apparently it's been out for quite a while and I had no idea. So that happened. Then we have Nurse Betty. George Blanchard's The Nutcracker right here. Then we have The Nut Job 1 and 2, Nutty by Nature right here. Then we have Oblivion, which I haven't watched yet. Sounds cool, but I haven't gotten there yet. Then we have 3 identical copies of Ocean's 8 with an identical bonus feature disc for the first copy. the Blu-ray DVD combo pack also looked like this for the Blu-ray and the DVD. So that's how that happened. I had 2 spaces for 4Ks. Then we have Ocean's 11, the original one, the original movie in the series. 2 spaces for triple formatting. I have 2 different looking copies for Ocean's 12, so here's that one, and then that one. Spaces for triple formatting. And then we have Ocean's 13. I have another copy as well, right here. These are heist movies. I think they're kind of interesting. They're trying to rob casinos, in the first 3 at least. Ocean's 11, 12, and 13. Spaces for triple formatting. Then we have Old, spaces for triple formatting. That's an Night Shyamalan movie. Old School. Good thing that the hole on the disc is positioned where it is. Then we have Old Testament Stories. I don't know why it specifies disc 1. It only had 1 disc to it, so it's a little strange, but anyway. Then we have Old Testament Visual Resources DVD Introduction through 1 Samuel, which I think those are scripture blocks that most people are familiar with. And then disc 2 has 2 Samuel through Malachi, which is the end of the Old Testament. So yeah. Then we have Olympus Has Fallen with spaces for triple formatting. 2 DVD copies of London Has Fallen, because I got a standalone DVD and then a Blu-ray combo for London Has Fallen. Here's the Blu-ray. You can kind of see me right through it there, sort of. You can see my hand right there. Spaces for triple formatting, because I want to try and get this whole franchise on 4K. Then we have 2 identical discs for Angel Has Fallen. Here's the DVD, and the Blu-ray looks the same. And I have 2 spaces for triple formatting and 3 spaces for a rumored 4th installment to the movies franchise. And then we have the Omega Code, Megiddo, the Omega Code 2. I don't remember much about either one of those, but then we have The Omen on DVD with a bonus disc, as well as a Blu-ray. I'm trying to get the 4Ks. I'm also trying to determine where I should put the first Omen, because I plan on getting that as well. Then we have Omen 2 on DVD and Blu-ray, and this is Damien Omen 2. And then we have the Omen 3 Final Conflict on DVD. And the Blu-ray looks the same actually, so I'm not going to show the Blu-ray this time. Then one I only have on DVD so far, because it wasn't in my Blu-ray collection, is The Awakening, Omen 4. So I have spaces for a Blu-ray and a 4K of that. Then we have the Omen remake on DVD. I think they call it Omen 666. And here's the Blu-ray. Okay. After that, I have 3 spaces. After that one, I have 3 spaces for the first Omen, because it came out after the rest. Even though it says it's the first Omen, I would probably put it after all the rest, since it came out afterwards, release order-wise. Then we have On the Way Home, On the Lord's Errand, Once I Was a Beehive on DVD with an identical Blu-ray. That's a good story. Once I Was Engaged. Someday this could be me. Identical Blu-ray. Then we have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I want to try and get a 4K combo for this one. Even though I think it is a Quentin Tarantino movie, but this particular one I want a triple format. Most of the other ones I want a dual format. Then we have 1 million years BC. I've heard it's cornier than a box of corn dogs. Then we have One for the Money. This was an interesting bounty hunter story where she's a pretty bounty hunter. Then we have Cary Grant in The Awful Truth. We'll find out why these are under O in a second. And then we have His Girl Friday from Howard Hanks. I think with director Howard Hanks. Then director George Stevens, The Talk of the Town. Holiday. And the reason these are under O is Only Angels Have Wings, which is of course false because they're birds that have wings. Then we have Onward from Pixar with 2 spaces for a Blu-ray combo. Hopefully it doesn't have a Blu-ray special feature disc because I am not prepared for such a thing. Then we have Open Season, copy 1. Open Season, copy 2. Open Season 2. Open Season 3. And an Open Season holiday special called Scared Silly. Obviously that was for Halloween. Then we have Open Water 1, Open Water 2 Adrift, both on DVD. I specify because I have both of them on Blu-ray right here. They're combined on the same disc there. And I have 2 spaces saved for the third movie. Or actually, I think 3 spaces. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with that. But, oh wait, yes I do. So I have 2 spaces saved for Open Water 3, which I think is Out of the Cage. I could be wrong. But I have spaces for a DVD and a Blu-ray, and then I have a space for a DVD of Origin, Secrets or Spirits of the Past. And this was a pretty good little anime movie. Naturally, I watched English dub and sub because I don't understand Japanese personally. But it was a pretty good story. I could tell that the subtitles weren't quite matching up, so I turned them off eventually. But I still had it on sub or English dubbed, so it's a good movie. Good movie. Then we have Original Sin with Angelina Jolie and I think Antonio Banderas. Space for a Blu-ray. Then we have Pretty Little Liars Original Sin Season 1. All 3 discs look the same. I'm hoping they make a second season, so I have 3 spaces for that. And then I have 3 spaces for Orphan First Kill. And then we have Orphan here. The 2 spaces afterwards to triple format. Then we have The Other Side of Heaven. The Other Side of Heaven 2, Fire of Faith. Both are good missionary stories. And then we have Our Heavenly Father's Plan. That's a church training video. Outpost Black Sun, where there's zombie Nazis. I started watching this, but then I was so tired I fell asleep. So I'll have to watch it again. But it does have a different Blu-ray disc. And then the next one I have a space for a DVD because it was just a standalone Blu-ray, which is okay. And that is Rise of the Spetsnaz, which I think is communism. So okay. And then we have The Outsiders with spaces for triple formatting. Or no, dual formatting, Blu-ray. And one I haven't put back in its position yet is the Kurt Russell Overboard movie. So I do have that. I'll show it again at some point. And then we have Overboard with Anna Faris on DVD. If you don't know who Anna Faris is, she's on the Blu-ray disc here. She's the blonde girl there. Good movie. I started watching the Kurt Russell version. That's why it's not in here right now. Then we have Over the Hedge. Override with space for a Blu-ray. It's a good story about a robot that gets overridden. She's part of a reality TV series where it's like life with, I forget what the robot's name is, but it was like life with, I'm just going to say a random name, Life with Allie. So Allie's the robot. Again, I'm not sure if that's the right name or not because I've only seen it once. But so it's like Life with Allie, and where you get to spend a day with the robot from sun up to sundown. And then someone overrides her to try and kill the VP's son. So it's an interesting story. Then we have the Pacific miniseries, disc 1. All the discs look different, but this one has part 1 and part 2 on it. The second disc has part 3 and 4, parts 3 and 4, with a different picture. Then with a different picture again is parts 5 and 6 on disc 3. Disc 4 has parts 7 and 8 right here. And disc 5 has parts 9 and 10. And that is it for that miniseries. But we have The Pacifier, good movie, with Vin Diesel. Paddington. And the Blu-ray, Paddington Bear. Cute movie. Same with Paddington 2, also a cute movie. That one has the actor who played Mad-Eye Moody and Harry Potter in it. I have it on Blu-ray here. I have 2 DVDs because I got a Blu-ray DVD combo with the original Paddington. I just got the Blu-ray combo to begin with, but I got a regular DVD to begin with for Paddington 2, and then I got a Blu-ray combo. So I have 3 copies of that one. But then we have The Page Master, Panic Room, Pal Joey, no idea what that one's about, other than someone named Joey. Then we have Paranormal Activity 1. I do have a Blu-ray for this one now, but I haven't put it in here yet because I have been waiting to sort until I do this video. So after this video, I'm going to sort it in. Then we have Paranormal Activity 2 right here on DVD twice, and then we have a Blu-ray with the regular theatrical version, as well as the unrated version that is present on both DVDs. And in both cases, I have 2 spaces for triple formatting. That's consistent with the entire Paranormal Activity franchise, because I want to triple format the whole thing. So here's the third one on DVD twice. And here's the Blu-ray. This one has the theatrical cut and the not rated version. 2 spaces for triple formatting. Paranormal Activity 4, 2 spaces for triple formatting. Paranormal Activity 5, the marked ones, right here. This is where they started getting kind of not so good, because they started to deviate from the established continuity in the first 5, only to return to it for the Ghost Dimension here. This is 6. And then another deviation from the franchise is Next of Kin. This is the most recent one. So, yeah, there you go. Spaces for triple formatting for all 7 of those. And please hold. Okay. And then I have a space for a DVD of this next one. That's 30 Nights of Paranormal Activity with the devil inside the girl with the dragon tattoo. It is as ridiculous and dumb as it sounds. Then we have The Parent Trap 1 and 2. Both are pretty good movies. And they have a bonus disc here. And then we have the Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap Special Double Trouble Edition. Lindsay Lohan plays both sisters in this one, so it's not as believable as having actual twins in the original. Then we have Parkland, about the JFK assassination. Passengers, this is the old one. Angelina Jolie and Patrick Wilson. Space for a Blu-ray, because I enjoyed it a little bit, but I don't think I enjoyed it 4K enough. Then we have Passengers with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, as well as Lawrence Fishburne. This one I already have on triple formatting, so, or actually quadruple formatting, but you'll see what I mean. Here's the Blu-ray 3D, which I have no use for, it just looks awesome, and 4K. You can see how I have it quadruple formatted now, because Blu-ray 3D, and then 4K, and then DVD. Then we have Pathfinder, theatrical cut of The Patriot, extended cut of The Patriot. I've seen one version. I haven't. I think I've seen the regular theatrical cut. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, that it takes place during the American Civil War. But, anyways. Then we have Paul, Apostle of Christ. Paul Blart Mall Cop 1 and 2. Such funny movies. When I watched these with my biological father and stepmom, we were all dying laughing. It was hilarious. Great movies. In fact, until we had watched those, I hadn't added it to my collection. After seeing how hilarious they were, I added them to my collection. They're just so good. Then we have Paycheck. The Peacemaker, space for a Blu-ray. Or no, space for a DVD, my bad. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. Space for DVD of that. This time is a Blu-ray. Then we have Charlie Brown Thanksgiving on DVD. And on Blu-ray here. Like that. Then we have A Charlie Brown Christmas on DVD. And Blu-ray right here. Then we have the Peanuts movie, which I have not watched yet, on DVD and Blu-ray. Then we have Pearl Harbor with 2 spaces for for what I imagine would probably be a Blu-ray 4K combo, but maybe it would be a 2-disc or a Blu-ray DVD combo. I'm not entirely sure what's available for that, or how many discs I should plan for, but here's disc 2. Both discs have a runtime on it, so that leads me to believe that it spills over onto the second disc, because it doesn't say special features at all. But anyway, moving on, we have Penelope, the girl who is born with a pig snout instead of a nose. And we have Penny's Serenade, which I think is another one of those Cary Grant movies. Pentatonix Christmas album. Peppermint, spaces for triple formatting. Great action movie. Then we have Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. It's a so-so movie. And Percy Jackson's Sea of Monsters there. Again, so-so. Then we have A Perfect Getaway. And I have a space for a Blu-ray of that. We also have A Perfect Murder with Gwyneth Paltrow and what's the guy's name? Michael Douglas. Then we have The Perfect Score with Scarlett Johansson and Chris Evans, among others, from both of their younger years before the MCU. Then we have Persuasion. Pet Sematary with spaces for triple formatting. That's the original 1989. Yeah, 1989 version. Then we have Pet Sematary 2 from 1992 here. Spaces for triple formatting. Then Pet Sematary 2019, spaces for triple formatting, as well as spaces to triple format Pet Sematary Bloodlines. Then we have Pete's Dragon with a space for a Blu-ray DVD combo. The remake of Pete's Dragon, I would say live action remake, but the other one was also live action. The only difference is they have a CGI dragon instead of a animated dragon. But here's the Blu-ray for that. I already have the Blu-ray DVD combo as well as a standalone DVD for that. Then we have Peter Pan Classic. It has a second disc that has the kids, Wendy, Michael, and John on it. And it doesn't look like Tinkerbell's on that disc. And she's not on the first disc. Okay then. Tinkerbell is on the sequels disc, but I have 2 spaces for a Blu-ray combo pack. Then we have Return to Neverland, which is my favorite of the 2 personally. 2 spaces for Blu-ray combo. Then we have the live action Peter Pan movie. This one's Universal and not Disney's version, so it's a bit different, but it fits the formula. And I also have the soundtrack for that version. And I have 2 spaces for Blu-ray combos, and then a space for a DVD of Pan, which is a Peter Pan and Captain Hook origin story. And then I have 2 spaces for a Blu-ray combo of Peter Pan and Wendy, the Disney Plus movie. Yeah. And then we have the Book of Esther, Apostle Peter and the Last Supper, and the Book of Ruth, Journey of Faith, all on the same biblical 3 triple feature disc right there. Then we have The Phantom, a space for a Blu-ray. Then we have Phantom of the Opera. This is the Universal Classic Monsters version from, I think, the 30s or 40s. It's actually pretty decent. It shows why the Phantom's face is messed up. Someone threw acid in his face because he was broken into some place and was trespassing. Space for Blu-ray. Then we have the 1960s version of Phantom of the Opera. Space for a Blu-ray. We have the I want to say like 1980s original Broadway version of the Phantom of the Opera. Yeah, 1987. Right here. It's on 2 discs. They both look the same. I could just read off the songs that are on it if you want. We have Prologue, Overture, Think of Me, Angel of Music, Little Lottie the Mirror / Angel of Music, The Phantom of the Opera, Music of the Night, I Remember, Stranger Than You Dreamt It, Magical Lasso, which I think is stupid, Notes and Prima Donna, Poor Fool, He Makes Me Laugh, Why Have You Brought Me Here, Raoul, I've Been There, All I Ask of You and All I Ask of You, Reprise. And then the second disc has Entrance, Masquerade, Why So Silent, Notes, Twisted Every Way, Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again, Wandering Child, Bravo Monsieur, The Point of No Return, Down Once More, and Track Down the Murderer, which is the longest song on the collection, I believe, at a whopping 11 minutes and 53 seconds. So, yeah. Then we have the Robert Englund Phantom of the Opera from, I think, the 90s or 80s or something like that. Good movie. There is another horror movie version that I want to try and get, but I have a space for a Blu-ray of that one and 2 spaces for the other horror movie version. And then we have the Phantom of the Opera with Gerard Butler and Emmy Rossum. Might be mispronouncing her name. If I am, I apologize. But here's the second disc. And then I have the album for that one. It has the same songs, minus probably one or two. But yeah. And then I have 2 spaces to get a Blu-ray combo of that. 2 spaces for a Blu-ray combo of the 25th anniversary movie, or stage production movie, as well as 2 spaces for Love Never Dies, which is a sequel to the 25th anniversary. Then we have Phase 1 videos, Man's Search for Happiness, The First Vision and Restoration of the Priesthood. And the second disc doesn't, or the next one doesn't say what's on it, other than Phase 2 videos, 10 selected presentations. So they probably didn't want to list all 10, which is fine. I can understand as to why. And then we have The Philadelphia Story, The Piano Guys original album, The Piano Guys 2. I know there are a lot of Piano Guy albums, and I want to try and get them all, but I don't have spaces saved for all of them. I'll just add spaces as I get more. Then we have The Piano Guys, A Family Christmas. Bonus tracks by John Schmidt. He's the piano player, the only pianist in The Piano Guys. But then we have Picture This with a space for Blu-ray, because I want an actual case for it, because I just have a little like flimsy sleeve like you'd get with Netflix. And then we have Pinocchio on DVD, Pinocchio on Blu-ray, and Pinocchio bonus features right there. Then I have the Adventures of Pinocchio. This is a live action version. It's not the live action remake, but it is a live action version. But I do have 2 spaces for the live action remake for dual formatting. And then we have The Pink Panther twice. That's the Peter Sellers version. Then we have Return of the Pink Panther twice. Or no, once. A Shot in the Dark. Then we have 2 copies of The Pink Panther Strikes Again. Right there. And there. The second copy of these came in a multi-pack. Then we have Revenge of the Pink Panther twice. Trial of the Pink Panther once. Here, I'll show that in a second. Here it is. And then we have a bonus disc, which I believe has the same cartoons found on 2 of my other discs, but that's okay. And we have the Pink Panther with Steve Martin. Pretty funny stuff. Steve Martin is quite a gifted comedian. Big endorsement. He's great. I endorse his comedy. He's funny. Then we have bonus disc with 27 classic Pink Panther cartoons. I think I have 3 copies of those cartoons now, because here's volume 1, and I believe the ones found on that disc are also volume 1. And so I want to get volumes 2 and 3, because the case said there were 3. And then we have The Private Lives of Pippa Lee, or Pipa Lee, space for a Blu-ray. Then we have Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, Mega Piranha, Beneath Loch Ness, which I think has to do with Loch Ness Monster. It's going out on a limb there. And 30,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Those are all monster movies, with a single space for a combined Blu-ray of all of them. Then we have Maniac, Piranha, Little Shop of Horrors, Night of the Living Dead, and Carnival of Souls right there. I think I have space, or 2 spaces for Blu-rays here, one for Piranha, one for Little Shop. Then we have Attack of the Giant Leeches and Piranha. 2 spaces for Blu-rays. Piranha Double D, great movie. Space for a Blu-ray and a 4K. Then we have The Pirates Band of Misfits, which looks like it's a claymation title. Does that look like claymation? I think it does. Anyway, moving on. We have Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, Disc 1 and Disc 2. If you think about it, these are horror movies because they deal with skeletons, which are common in horror movies. Mutant sea creatures, or sea people, common in horror. Zombies, common in horror. And ghosts, common in horror. So, the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise are horror movies. I have spaces to triple format all of these. Here's the second one on Blu-ray. And the bonus materials disc. Then we have At World's End. This is number 3. With a Blu-ray and a Blu-ray special feature disc here. I almost got the Blu-ray of the Curse of Black Pearl recently, but I ended up getting something or other things instead. But then we have 4 on Stranger Tides. That is the end of where the Lego movie or where the Lego game goes to. But there is Dead Men Tell No Tales, which I have a Blu-ray DVD combo pack of as well. So I'll just show the Blu-ray because the DVD looks the same. 2 spaces for triple formatting, as you would expect from me at this point. Then we have Pixar Short Films, Volume 1 on DVD and Blu-ray. Volume 2 on DVD and Blu-ray. Volume 3 on DVD and Blu-ray. Then we have Pixels on DVD and Blu-ray here. Star-Lord would be proud of that Pac-Man. Then we have Planes with a space for Planes, Fire, and Rescue. Planet 51 and Surf's Up. Planet of the Apes with Mark Wahlberg. I think this is from like 2001. Space for Blu-ray. Rise of the Planet of the Apes with an existing Blu-ray. Right there. Platoon. Oops. Sorry, you guys saw me texting there for a minute. It's probably not very entertaining for you. Then we have Platoon Special Feature Disc. Pocahontas. Space for Pocahontas 2. Then a non-Disney version. This one's actually pretty cute. Not sure which one's more accurate, but the one I just showed is pretty cute. And then we have Point Break, space for a Blu-ray. The Polar Express. with a special feature disc that looks different, so I'll be showing that as well right here. Then we have 3 horror movies with Devour, Population 436, and Candy Stripers. I mispronounced it when I did the haul video. It is Stripers. You can imagine how I mispronounced it, so I'm not going to say it. But yeah, I have 3 spaces for a Blu-ray of each one individually. If I can get this back in its position there. Same with 3 spaces for Blu-rays of Incubus, Cottage, and Wind Chill right here. Then we have The Haunted History of Halloween right here. Hauntings. These are all History Channel things, these next 4. Vampire Secrets, that's the 3rd one. And the last History Channel one is Salem Witch Trials. And then an A&E special is Poltergeist, which is why this 5 movie collection thing is under P to begin with, is because of Poltergeist, and because it's right next to the Poltergeist franchise, which you can't really see all that well, but this is the original Poltergeist movie. Yeah. Then we have Poltergeist 2 and 3 right here. Apparently this is the bottom because this side has 3 and that side has 2, which seems a little reversed, but okay. 2 spaces for a Blu-ray of each one. And then we have the 2015 remake of Poltergeist with a space for a Blu-ray. And that is it for this case. It took a little bit longer than I thought it would, as we're just shy of an hour here. I think the last one only took about 45 minutes. So here we go. That is this video, and I will catch you in the next video. And at some point in the near future, I'm going to be sorting this case. So what I just showed you is about to lose relevance because it'll no longer be accurate. So sorry for texting without pausing the thing. I thought I had paused it. So yeah, I don't know how to edit videos, so it's just going to be in there. So yeah, I apologize for that awkward little pause there. And see you in the next video.